I'm going to be replacing the rear hub bearing and seal on a Dodge 2500 Ram. First thing I'm going to do is jack up the truck and take off the tire. I recently did a rear brake job on this truck, so this is just going to pop right off for me. If it does not come off, which most likely it'll be a little rusted on, I just take a rubber mallet and really gently tap around it. I got the drum off, so now I'm just going to pull these 8 bolts out. Some fluid will definitely come out of this, so it's a good idea to put a bucket underneath. After I pull these bolts out, the axle shaft will just nice and easily pull right out. Hear that? That's coming from the bearings inside there. This little pin, finally got it out. It's a 2 9/16 socket. Pull the bolt out, comes right out. Now, the whole hub will just slide right off. First thing I'm going to do is pull this seal out. Okay, bearing goes in next. On the way the seal goes, this one doesn't come down. This one, you can actually pry down and you see the spring. So that's inside. Okay, got my seal driven in. I'm just going to take this out to the car now and put this one can be pushed in from the outside. It's easier to do that way. I've just cleaned off the surface really good. I'm going to take some gear oil. I'm going to run it all over the outside of the center shaft. I'm going to put a little bit of oil down inside of the bearing as well. I'm just going to slip the hub on. The axle hub nut on there. I'm going to torque it down to 140 foot-pounds. Then I'm going to take it off a half a turn. Then I'm going to torque it to 140 again, and then I'm going to go off a quarter turn. Kind of work it like that. That way, when this thing gets tight, you know that the bearings are seated correctly. Okay, got my torquing all done. Put the little shim back in. And I'm just going to use RVT on this. I just slid the axle back in. Takes some wiggling around, but eventually you get it to just seat perfect. And then I'm going to let my RVT set for about 10 minutes. I'm going to put my bolts in and torque them down to 95 foot-pounds. And I'm going to use blue lock type. Bolts are torqued down, drum and tires back on. That's how I install rear wheel bearings and seals.